The first cycle of the sixth era begins. Stasis lifted. Rider systems active. Keep a...
The sound design is nuts. More seconds. This is a different game, Adam. I know what you mean. You'll be a little pleasantly surprised. This is the new one they're working on. This is the one that's in alpha. Yeah, this is Frontier. You're gonna see. It's a little different. It's terrifyingly awesome. They just lifted the NDA today, so I can finally stream it and talk about it. I do. Yeah, I do. But this is Eve Frontier. This is the sister game that they've been working on. Welcome, Rider. Provided equipment sufficient for basic tasks. New vessel required to escape confines of solar system. Search for material recommended. You got it. What is this? Is that another player? This is kind of different. This is, it's, so imagine, you remember Nullsec, right? From Eve? Imagine if Nullsec was the entire game. Let me show you the map. So every system in this game is 0.000. This is the new map. This is the new, it's, I don't even know how many orders of magnitude larger than the original one, the density. I don't think their in-game map actually renders all the stars. I think there's even more than this. They said that the tech wasn't even finished yet. So it's, you build, there's fuel. The best way that I can describe it, it's like if you took Eve and made it a brutal, ruthless, survival, horror, cosmic horror, MMO, that's sort of what this is. You have to scavenge for all your resources. You have to build your, you have to essentially, you wake up in this you know, dead system, this dead, or I guess dead galaxy, or dead universe, whatever you want to call it. And you have to build the stargates. You have to build the stations. You have to build everything that like New Eden already came with, essentially. But there's always the forces of entropy and all of these different things, you know, putting back. There's things you have to think about, like there's heat, there's fuel. So like you can multi-box, but it's gonna be a lot harder than like it is in EVE Online. You know, like every action actually has like weight to it. There's actual line of sight. So like, you know, in EVE, if you like hide behind, like say like a structure, shut up, JJ. You already know what it is. The Frontier. In EVE, you know, if you hide behind like a structure, you can still get pewed at, right? Like the line of sight doesn't really matter because once you've got the target locked, like the, you know, everything can still hit. It'll just go right through it. In this, it's different. They actually have like raycasting, and if you hide behind an asteroid, you can't see somebody. So this is as far as your camera goes out by default, right here. And if you pull out further, you enter in this kind of like, sort of like the system map from Eve, but I think like information is hidden. There's no overview. There's no overview ever. So information is really limited. So you have to, it's all about, you know, let's see. I have no fuel. Does this thing take any fuel? I don't even know what ship I'm in, bro. Yeah, it's a lot more about, I love the fuel usage. I think it's really cool. I don't know how I'm moving right now without fuel, if I'm being honest. This is a new tutorial. I haven't played in a while. This is all new to me. So it's a regional market, personal assets, inventory settings. I think the fuel is sick. I really do. I think having to plan out things instead of just like running on empty is kind of awesome. Hold on, we can run into minutes. Okay. Are you gonna tell me what do I have? Hold on, a small cutting laser, a hull repair, and an afterburner. That's the map. Hold on. So I have to. How the fuck do I open up my fit contract feet log? Where's my inventory? Is it I? Cargo? No. Everything's different. I'm gonna be playing like shit, guys. I apologize, but open cargo hold. Synthetic mining laser lens. Okay, so yeah. So when you're mining something, you actually have to fit a lens into the cutter. Oh wait, no charges selected. There we go. Unstable fuel? There we go. So is there a fucking asteroid around here? Oh shit. Ooh. The ship I'm in is called the Wend. Yeah, I think the fuel usage is pretty sick, honestly. I like that. This is Eve Frontier. This is a new game. This is the new game from the devs of EVE Online. What is he doing? Is he... Oh, is he mining the freighter? Am I looking? Hold on. Orbit, track. Oh, so there's no look at, like in Eve. I can approach him, but there's no, like, I don't think I can move my camera drone. Fuel is crucial. Survival loot fuel. Yep, to refill your ship. Okay. You'll need materials to build and survive. Search for wrecks and asteroids to mine within your system. Got it. F3. What's F3? Oh my god, there's an actual system map. This was not here the last time I played. This is awesome. Where the fuck am I? I'm over here? This me? That's me. Self. Yes, okay. Warp 2 within. Sure. Actually, let's loot this and then I'll move. So F3 is the map. That's nice. What's F1? Autopilot. Yeah, we don't want that. That's all. Oh, that's the local. Okay, that's like the local scan. More freighters? Is that the only thing I needed? Nope. Freighter. Nothing found. Got it. Am I going in reverse? Nope. This is game, man. Yeah, this is E-Frontier. Okay. And that is alpha, so if you guys see some weird buggy shit, that's to be expected. Let's go here. Okay, I'm just gotta troll you a little bit. Fuck, did I find belts? Two objects. Asteroid cluster. Why does it say I'm overheated and I can't jump? You're overheated, so you can't jump. Oh, yeah. Yeah, heat's a thing. You can, like, more so than it was in Eve. Let's break everything to max. Oh, this is the new build menu? This is way better, dude. There's so much to build. This is Eve Frontier, David. This is the new game they're working on. They just lifted the NDA on. On the alpha, so now we can stream it and talk about it. Oh, that's a hangar now. Okay. Refuge, fitting cert. Where's the refinery? Oh, that's wait. Oh, okay. The refinery's for ore and fuel now. That's awesome. Okay. What am I doing? Oh, fuel, right? Input D2 fuel to D3 fuel. That's not what? Unstable fuel? Is that what I'm doing? Need D1 fuel. What do you get D1 fuel? Common ore will output carbonaceous materials and silicates. Alright, hold on. I need like a storage. Yeah, dude. Yeah, this game's sick. Portable storage. Too close to refinery. Yep, you got it. Here. Structure. Oh, sick. Okay. Mummified clone? What? What would I need those for? You need mummified clones for, bro. Oh, you can literally... Wow. You can literally scoop corpses and turn them into materials and ice. That's whack. I don't get how do I produce D1 fuel, though? It's just water, right? Yeah, water. Water ice. That's it. Yeah, Eve Frontier. I feel like I have to mine this shit for ice, right? Tactical system. Yeah, they finally lifted the NDA, dude. This is Eve Frontier. Oh, inventory. Okay, common ore. How the fuck do I get ice? Common ore. Common ore. I think I'm gonna turn off the ray tracing. I think it's like chunking the fucking. Oh, that's about the same actually. We do not know where to get water. To get water. Yeah, yes it is. This is the new one. This is Eve Frontier. Well, it's in alpha right now. Let's see, actually, does my shit show up if I go? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. If I go somewhere, do I like just have to memorize where I get shit? Oh, yeah, we need all the bitter vets we could get, dude. Hell yeah, something new and fresh. I do need to get carbonaceous ore. Thank you. We get it from carbonaceous ore. Oh, okay, so I don't think I have any carbonaceous ore. I do need to get back into, like, actual Eve. All I do is, like, ratting and shit anyway. I mean, I like the game a lot, though. I just need to really put some proper time into it. Carbonaceous ore. Oh, this is... Hold on. So, refinery? Carbonaceous ore. I'm an idiot, right? It's right there. Okay. I fucked that up then. I need to find carbonaceous ore. Common ore. Common ore. This is all common. Okay. Oh. Yeah. I feel you, man. I mean, at some point, you just gotta take a break, you know? Shit, dude, I'll take some of that disc off your hands. Keep online Sugar Daddy Arc. Oh, there's nothing here. I guess I gotta get used to that. There's gonna be nothing everywhere. Nope, that's not what I want. System map. What do I find? Asteroids. Arbin Field. Let's do it. There it is. Everybody's here. Oh. That better be somebody's fucking player name. Drones? These already got fucking drones out? I can build here. Build here. Yes, I can. What's the range on this thing? 15 kilometers, so this is Eve Frontier. This is the new Eve game in development. They just lifted the NDA on it. Hello, Val. Let's see what these guys look like, dude. I honestly don't know if this is a player or not. I don't think they are. Road drones. Petroglyph. It plays similar to E, but there's a lot of new shit. There's fuel, for example. Oh, I'm overheated already. Why am I overheated? Yeah, there's fuel. There's the whole game is nullsec. Literally, there's no security forces anywhere other than the ones you make. You have to basically rebuild civilization. It's sort of more like a survival horror, cosmic horror, like fighting against entropy and degradation while trying to build up civilization back from but it's I mean I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say Elite plus Eve. It's kind of, I mean, I'm trying to find a comparison. It's kind of its own thing. It's like if you took like a lot of the stuff from like survival crafty games and mixed it with like a lot of brutal hardcore survival sims and then slapped like kind of retrofitted that into Eve. That's probably a closer way to look at it. But like, yeah, like let me show you the map. Like the scale of the universe is so much more, so much bigger than Eve's map. And so like, well, also what you're seeing is I want to show it to you. I don't think that this in-game map right now renders everything. So this whole thing is centered around 3 supermassive black holes that are constantly rotating around one another. I think that's one of them there. Wherever it's like the highest points of density. And so there's shit that happens sorry, Dave, this is Eve Frontier. This is the new Eve game that's currently in development. It's an alpha. There's 3 supermassive black holes at the center of this map, and they're sort of constantly interfacing, and the like state of space is sort of always changing. So there's always some kind of dynamic thing that's happening that's impacting your ability to survive and thrive and build. So it's never static. Synthetic mining, carbonaceous over carbonaceous. Put that shit in there. Alright, now I need to build. And so yeah, there's base building, there's Stargate building. One of the craziest things you can do with smart assemblies, this game runs. I shouldn't say it runs. I don't want to say something that's not true. It uses. Do you have insufficient resources? What? Cost. Oh, they're in storage. Hold on. It uses blockchain technology to allow people to code things in Solidity. So it's an MMO that has live coding and live modability. And what that means is there's structures in the game you can build that are called smart assemblies that literally use smart contracts, for those of you that are familiar with any kind of crypto terminology. What this lets you do is it lets you live code and make adjustments to the game in real time. So you can have like, you can script, like one example is players scripted a King of the Hill minigame that they like just built using I think the smart assembly in the game, and they built a mini game where not only the last person who's got the hill wins. They added the ability to buy into a pot that excuse me, that the winner takes it to make things more interesting. What this extends to, or at least what they're talking about, is it's going to extend to fully scriptable and moddable player organization. So if you don't like the way that a default player organization is structured, you can literally script your own. You can create regional currencies. So like just like in real life, every country has its own currency that's weighed against another. You could have that. Your corporation can have its own currency. Anything that the devs put in the game within the bounds they've set, right? You can sort of tweak and tune. There's a lot to it. I'm trying to give you like a really big overview, but there's quite a lot. Sounds good, JJ. Sounds good. One thing that I saw them teasing is modular ships, so you can actually script. It's so ambitious, dude. It's insanely. That's why I mean, obviously, if you haven't figured it out already, I'm a pretty big fucking nerd. When they released the white paper, You know, a lot of the stuff, like a lot of people were like, oh, like, you know, you mentioned crypto or you mentioned cryptography, and a lot of people have knee-jerk reactions, which I totally get. Let's be real. Like a lot of the crypto games that came out were not games; they're just hot dog shit, right? They're just trying to scam you out of your fucking money so you can just, you know, play a stupid little roulette game. When these guys released this white paper, I like stayed. I was so jazzed I couldn't sleep that night. I highly recommend if you're a fan of just Eve, go online and read the Frontier white paper and try to just try to grasp what they're going for. It's ambitious as fuck. Like the stuff they're talking about is the shit that I feel like it might be the next step in terms of like online digital spaces. It's fantastic. There's what was the other thing? Oh yeah, so like what they've done is they've coded what they call digital physics, right? Which they've coded on chain. So that's like those are a set of rules and parameters that just like in the real universe you cannot you can't go over, right? Like, you know, the law of thermodynamics, for example, or all those different sorts of things. Like there are laws that are immutable, that are set, that have to be obeyed, and then you get to play within that space. So that means because there's live coding and modability, you can't have a guy who goes, all right, I want a tier 1 frigate with a tier 1 Gatling gun, but I'm going to juice that tier 1 Gatling gun to be like a Titan's, you know, like annihilation beam or some shit like that, right? Can't happen. Just like that's not how it works. However, what it means is that good morning, Bex. What it means is that within those parameters, you can have a guy. You know how like in Eve, there's that joke where like some dudes literally log in and they don't even leave the station. They just flip assets on the market, right? They're just regional traders. Like they'll create contracts and have haulers do their shit, but like they actually that's their game. Their game is spreadsheets. In here, in theory, you can have a dude who logs in who's like a programmer or a coder or something, or who literally never leaves the station. Yes, it is deep. They just lifted the NDA today. Who could literally log into the station and be like a scripter whose only job is to juice the fuck out of the modules that your corp uses to give custom modules that only your ships could have. And that if you become, let's say, a good enough crafter, because again it's on chain, it's all verified, it's immutable, every little piece has that little signature that could be like, this was, you know, built by so and so in this sort of era. So like one thing I thought that popped into my head that could be really cool is like, you know how like the biggest thing about Eve was in the early days was like all of the, you know, the wars, right? The wars that people were having for resources and for empire space. You could legitimately say bring a ship from that era, right? Like you could like take a ship and hold a ship that's been saved from, let's say, some crazy fucking war. And you could prove it, you could verify that it was in that, you know, kind of like an antique. You could verify that that ship was used by so-and-so in this battle and whatever. And all of a sudden, it's a piece of living history in a game. Like, that kind of shit is just nerdy as fuck, and I love it. But, I mean, there's so much, and I'm going to ramble on and on and on because it's just, it's kind of wild what they're trying to do. And I'm also going to play like shit because I haven't played in like 7 months, and all this is new to me, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But yeah, spreadsheet warriors for sure. So I know I need water. Inventory, carbonaceous ore. And I need to make D1 fuel, right? That's what it wanted. Great, how the fuck do I make D1 fuel? How do I like stop? But this is in my... Combat so far is very similar to Eve with a couple of caveats. Fuel, obviously, being the big one. You have to manage fuel and heat quite a bit more, and then you have to, excuse me. There's actual line of sight. Yeah, this is the new game. Probably Dune later, Bex. Probably Dune later. Doing a little bit of this. I'm all duned out right now, dude. Fucking 60 hours in like 4 days. Like I need a break. Yeah, this is Eve Frontier. This is the new Eve game in alpha. But there's line of sight, for example. So the combat, there's no overview, in case you've noticed. So what you see is what you get. If you are a space cadet and you don't, you walk into a zone and you're just like, well, whatever's in front of me is all that's in there. Some dude could be hiding behind this rock, and like you can, I think, open up the TAC. But this just shows you where things are in space. I don't think this reveals anybody's position. So if somebody was like hiding up here, waiting, I don't think he shows up on this TAC screen until you actually make the line of sight rules. If you can see him, he can see you. So combat is very different. I don't know. I don't know. Probably scanners. Yeah, probably short range scanners. Yeah. But is this like a storm moving in? I don't remember this being here. Maybe I'm just fucking tuned out. I don't. On a lot of the questions, it's gonna be like I have no idea yet. I gotta figure it out. How do I fucking move? That I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Right now, this UI at least it's a little sticky, but that's to be fair. Everything is to be no big. Yeah. Sorry. No. This is Eve Frontier. This is Eve Frontier. I know. When they announced that, I was like, thank fuck, dude. Thank fuck. As much as I love Eve, that was one of the biggest like disappointments. Which is it's fine. It's a remnant of its era, right? Like when it came out is, no loss, no true loss, right? Because you can literally go behind a station and people can fucking shoot you through it. And it's like okay, whatever. Also, one thing I really like that might be they might finally be answering the issue that a lot of Eve players have had is the N+1. Dude, you should pick it up and come play with us. I mean, honestly, I'd say just buy Frontier Access and just start having fun and figuring it out. I'm a noob as well, man. This is all brand new to me. I played when they first did the Frontier test, and this is like they've changed so much about this that I'm completely out of my element right now. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. All I know is I'm making fuel and I'm following the tutorial, bro. I don't know anything else. But yeah, like that, that old problem of N+1 being like, if you're in a corp fight and you have 60 guys and they bring 60+1, they all of a sudden have, advantage over you. Here it seems like it's going to be rewarding a lot more like a individual pilot's ability to manage resources and fuel. And is this shit bugged? Oh no, this is, hold on, how do I remove, there we go, okay. Hold on, D2 fuel, water, ice, D1 fuel. Okay, I need to pick up the water and make fuel. That's what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. We're playing the game. We know what's happening now. Ice in the wind, and then portable refinery. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Stellaris is fucking crazy, dude. Stellaris is a crazy ass game. Oh, I need 1800. Damn. All right. Back to the carbonation shit, I guess. Okay, so I just need a bunch more ore. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I mean, Stellaris is like it's a management sim, right? It's very much a management sim instead of you're actually there fighting, and shooting, doing all the fun stuff. I don't know, man. I just feel like this shit is this shit has some crazy potential. This is no problem, Paul. This is Eve Frontier. This is the new Eve game that's currently in development. It's an alpha. This is the first day where they lifted the non-disclosure agreement, so I can finally talk about it and stream it and play it. Yeah. Oh, I don't think Star Citizen's ever gonna kick the bucket. They're gonna just fucking. It's too much money in that game, but it's a very different kind of game, That's something I've always liked about Eve. It's like. It's not necessarily piloting spaceships as much as it is flying spaceships, and then everything else around that being management and econ and war and stuff like that. The thing that I really like, the thing that I almost I don't like about Eve Online is that when people, it's the same thing that it's kind of a funny simulation of like reality. When people hoard resources, when people, oh I see. Oh, I see. I got you, Dave. That makes sense. When you have those corps that hoard resources and they get like scringy and then they don't want to go to war because they don't want to lose anything, and then people get bored and sometimes a bitter vet just goes to start shit because he wants content. That I don't see happening in this game because legitimately, first off, getting to that level